Pile 4, thank you for being here with me today. I know it's been a bit of a wait because I had to film the videos. But I'm Kayla and this is MirrorredFlame. You'll probably hear oven going in the background. It's dinner time and I'm downstairs. So I kind of made a structure in my notebook so that way I can keep myself on track. So kind of the point of this reading today is what shift has occurred in your life because of Mars retrograde. So Mars retrograde started October 30th, so probably like the second half of the month you were kind of like feeling it come into play, and then it just closed out like yesterday or the day before, and Mars was retrograde in Gemini. So we're gonna go through an energy check-in, just kind of like what you learned and experienced as far as like energetically for this retrograde. Then we're gonna go into the tarot, which is how is the shift going to benefit your future and what is on the horizon for you because of it. Then we're gonna do some channeled messages from your guides with my trusty Moonology deck because I don't have a different deck for channeled messages. And then I'm going to go through closing thoughts, advice, and summarization. I will be posting an extended on OnlyFans. So how can you take, and that'll include how can you take advantage of this shift and what do you need to release? And then what are your guides trying to warn you about or warning you about for the future, all in relation to the shift. So without further ado, to my last, but definitely not my least pile. I've actually been the most excited for this pile. So out of all of the stones that we have here, we have pile 1, 2, 3, and then you lovely pile 4 with this beautiful sodalite. Oh, I'm a little bit anxious right now. So if you chose this sodalite, then this is your pile and you'll be able to tell for sure through this energy. So as I was shuffling your cards, you guys ended up getting 2 Moonology and 2 Season of the Witch cards. So we are actually going to start with these cards first and then move into your Spirit Animal Oracle and your Wild Unknown Tarot card, mini tarot card, because we love the mini cards here. So first we're going to start with your Season of the Witch Oracle. Your first card was Cauldron, number 10, which is, and it says, bewitching, yes, it be, blink and you shall see, a bubbling desire left in the brewing rain. I'm going to check. There we go. And then we have Voices with number 42. With a tug at the gut, feel them romance your very breath. Listen to the gentle flickering within your eyes, for this is where they guide. Trying to make sure I have space for like all of the cards. And then we have conclusions are within reach, full moon eclipse. And this looks kind of like almost like a harvest moon. It's really lovely. And then we have adjustments are required, third quarter moon. And then for your spirit animal card, we have the owl. And then we have your mini tarot card, which is the Daughter of Wands, otherwise known as the Page of Wands. So when I look at these cards and when I was going through these cards and reading them, because I was unfamiliar with these two, this is a newer deck to me. The themes that were like repetitive between all of this was clairvoyance, visionary, transformation, and transformation was mentioned in almost every single card. And then I wrote it down because there were so many repeats. Spiritual breakthroughs. So this is the pile for my healers, my clairvoyants, the people who are working on aligning themselves right now with their highest good and their spirituality, actually. This is like a call to action for you, essentially, to transform the relationship that you have with spirit, so that way you can bring bountiful, transformative change into your life. So like through this retrograde, you have learned to trust your intuition, or rather learned what your intuition feels like, or that's rather like, or it's what you are learning right now, is that you need to trust your intuition. When you don't trust your intuition, it tends to lead you to some difficult places. But you've learned, or you've begun to make space for your reality to shift, so that way you can trust yourself, and so that way you can recognize your intuitive feelings, and that way you can understand these spiritual gifts that you have to offer, and this alignment that you're trying to come into. So I'm called to mention how, like, number 42 right here, right? 42 reduces to number 6, which is the number of divine unconditional love. And one of the songs for this pile was Wonderwall by Oasis. And right before coming inside after picking up my daughter, it came on the radio. It wasn't on my Spotify or anything. Legitimately, I was listening to my car radio while I was driving because my phone is almost dead. And it came on, and that just kind of resonated with, I need to do this pile now. And this pile is probably the most important pile that I'm going to do out of all of them. You know, I saved probably the best for last, because this pile resonates with myself as well. So without further ado, we're going to move into your cards, and I'm going to figure out how I can make these fit, so that way we can still see them. I say I, but it's we, because y'all are here with me. Woohoo! And then we have the owl card. I'm gonna figure this out, because this is a little bit trickier since you guys have more of these cards. So it's just a little bit trickier than what I'm used to, or what I've been doing for all of these. Okay, there we go. So first we're gonna do tarot of how is this shift going to benefit your future? You know, and God, that conclusion's within reach. I'm gonna do more on that conclusions, and probably like what conclusions specifically in the extended. So if you're interested in more information on like what adjustments are required to create the conclusions that you're looking for, then please feel free to subscribe to my OnlyFans. It's $6.66, and I'll be doing more information about it in the reading, or in the extended reading. So I'm getting distracted by the background noise. So we have the 5 of Cups. What benefits, or how is this shift going to benefit your future, pile 4? How is this shift going to benefit your future? Okay, we got 2. We have the Moon. Oh, I forgot to show you this card. 5 of Cups. And then we have the Moon. And we have the 10 of Cups. So already I can see that, like, moving away, moving away from hurt and trusting your intuition is going to bring emotional fulfillment for you. Let's keep going. Pile 4. What benefits are coming to your future from this shift? What benefits are coming to your future from this shift? Okay. So we have the King of Cups. The 3 of Wands. And we have the Chariot. So this is going to be my Cancer pile or my strong Cancer placement pile, because not only do we have the Moon, which the Moon is the planet associated with Cancer, but we have so much water and Cups energy, and we have the Chariot, which is the card that corresponds to Cancer in the tarot. Also maybe Aquarius, because we do have the owl here. And that's kind of it as far as signs that may be in relation to this pile. And then we're gonna move, no, I'm gonna talk about this first for a little bit. Okay, so 5 of Cups, the Moon, 10 of Cups, King of Cups, 3 of Wands, and the Chariot. You moved away from something out of fear. You moved away from something of pain, not out of fear. You got stuck in your own little world here, and I'm gonna get this energy is kind of difficult to channel. But overall, it just feels kind of sad. Pile 4, you are on your way to really wonderful things, but you need to move with your energy. I'm going to go ahead and actually get the other set of cards, which is what is on the horizon for you because of this energetic shift. What is on the horizon for you because... Did it flip? I didn't think so. Okay, cool. Thought I missed it. Seems like you are also my toughest pile. What is on the horizon for you because of the Mars retrograde shift? Okay, we're going to take that one, and the rest of these are going to go back, and we're going to take this one. So we have the King of Wands, and the 3 of Swords. What is on the horizon for you because of this shift? What is on the horizon for you because of this shift? What is on the horizon for pile 4 because of this shift of the spirit? Okay. He's happy to see us. So we have strength. We have a lot of major arcana for you. Pile 4. We have the Fool. We have the Devil. And then you actually got 2 more cards that popped out. We have the Tower. And the 7 of Swords.
Papa's going to give me an orange.
So, pile 4. I'm getting kind of choked up, honestly, because this kind of hurts me to read. So, pile 4. You, through this retrograde shift, you moved through something out of fear. That's a lot of what this 5 of Cups and the Moon card is you didn't trust yourself. The Moon is intuition, but the Moon is clouded intuition. The Moon is misunderstood intuition. The Moon is fear-based action. And so with this 5 of Cups and the Moon and this King of Wands and the 3 of Swords, you took swift action to choose yourself because you were in a place where you were hurting and fearful. And you've held true to this, or holding true to this, holding true to your intuition isn't a bad thing, except when it's causing you greater hurt. So that's what this is. Sorry, I'm having a hard time like comprehensively channeling this. I'm having to think about it a lot because this energy is very, it's a lot, it's heavy. Acting out of fear caused you great pain when you thought that it would lead to your emotional fulfillment and some kind of maturity, but it seems like you're coming back around. So what's on the horizon is like re-entering a commitment of some kind, whether it be a commitment no, it's just, I'm not going to specify because there's too much, but you're going to, what's on the cusp of your horizon is re-entering a commitment that's going to completely change your world. But with the 7 of Swords here, we have to worry about covetous is the best way to put it. You thought that you've I'm gonna take a second to breathe and just kind of take a drink of water and center myself for this. think your tarot is about what I intended it to be about, and that's why I'm struggling to channel the message, because I'm trying to make it fit and it just doesn't. So I'm gonna go with the channeled message that I'm getting. Pile 4, you are hurt and you are scared and you don't know how to move into your emotional fulfillment. You don't know how to move forward, but I'm here to tell you that it's coming. If you can make the choice to open yourself up to this fresh new beginning, to recommit yourself to whatever you thought, because that's what this is. This 7 of Swords is like this trickery of the self, this deception. You thought that by tearing down your tower, by destroying everything you'd built, it would lead to all of this. It would lead to your emotional fulfillment. It would lead to your happiness. It would lead to a stronger, healthier community. It would lead to spiritual awakening. But the awakening came through retrograde because you realized that the choices that you made were not actually what you needed to make. The choices that you made actually ended up being more painful and more detrimental to you. Not in the fact that you didn't learn from them, because every choice we make is a right choice, because it's taking us on our path, on our journey. However, it didn't have the desired outcome that you thought it would. You thought that you would go places and be successful with it, but you didn't, and you weren't. You know, you ended up getting stuck right here. You ended up getting stuck and refusing to move forward on your journey because you recognize that the very thing that you rushed so quickly to release, the very thing you rushed so quickly to cut away out of fear, is the very thing that was bringing you all of this happiness and all of this joy to begin with. And from what I'm seeing, that you have that opportunity to recommit yourself, but you gotta stop gaslighting yourself into thinking that this isn't for you, because with this Chariot card it is, and it's coming in quickly. But you need to take the decisive action to make sure that it doesn't slip through your fingers again. Slipping through my fingers all the time. The more that you try to force things, the more it's going to damage what you're trying to recover or trying to build. But you can recover what you gave up, what you sacrificed rather, because that's what this is. This is painful sacrifice of the heart. You sacrificed because you thought that it was going to be better, and it just wasn't. Nothing panned out the way you thought it would, and you're starting to step into your power and recognize that now. I'm going to do some more tarot for this. Can we get some clarity? Let's get some more information on this. Where is pile 4 headed? As far as like, let's think about this for a second. What does pile 4 need to recover? Or where do they need to go? Where does pile 4 need to go so that way they can recover what they've lost? We have the Mother of Cups, which is the Queen of Cups. The 8 of Cups. We have the High Priestess. We have the Hermit. Lots of major arcana. And then we have the 10 of Pentacles. Okay. I see now. So leaving this triggered your intuition, and you recognize that there's a lot of work that you need to do on self, and that you need to figure out a way to be your own light. And by taking this time to focus on yourself and to trust your intuition, you're going to end up coming back full circle and creating this abundance for yourself, creating this stability for yourself with this 10 of Pentacles. But we have a lot of intuitive cards here. You need to let go of the fear. You need to move on from the things that are holding you back, that you are deceiving yourself into thinking are the things that are good for you, you know? And that's really what I just like want to give you a big hug right now, pile 4, because like this sucks, you know? Like this hurts. You've been through a lot of hurt, and you continue. It's like you're addicted to this cycle of self-sacrifice. Not even self-sacrifice, but of sacrificing the things you love out of fear, because you are afraid of love. You are afraid of stability. You are afraid of abundance. You are afraid of stepping into your power and of embracing your beautiful intuitive spirit. And you need to transform that fear, because it's going to continue to destroy everything that you are trying to build if you don't. Stop gaslighting yourself. Stop letting... Oh my goodness. Hey! Stop letting other people chime in. Tune out the peanut gallery, okay? They don't have an opinion here. This is about what's good for you and how you feel. And you need to take decisive action towards that, because otherwise these opportunities are going to pass you by, and you're going to continue to trick yourself into this cycle of, oh, I have this wonderful thing and I don't deserve it, or I'm too afraid to receive it, or what happens if I lose it. These fears are what's holding you back from actually getting it, from actually receiving this stability, from receiving this family, this community, from living for your highest good. And maybe this alone time that you've had has helped you come to that conclusion, you know, but if not, I'm here to help you. That's why we're doing cards right now. It's that way you can recognize that this alone time was meant to help you come full circle and recognize, wow, I gave up everything I wanted. I gave up everything that I was working towards, everything that was giving me emotional fulfillment. I sacrificed that, and I chose to stand alone and take a new step, and it trashed me, man. It trashed you. You have been through it. You've come out on the other side of it, or you're coming out on the other side of it now that the retrograde is over. But it really slowed you down and made you conflicted and made you confused. And now we're trying to move forward with this Chariot energy, and you're still here holding yourself back out of fear. You're afraid of the changes that you need to make because I don't know. You're afraid of the changes you need to make because it means facing the shadow aspects of yourself, because it means relying on your community, because it means going back and recognizing, oh, hey, I rushed to a decision that did not serve my highest good, you know? And I acted out of egotistical arrogance and, well, not arrogance necessarily, but I acted out of ego, and ego is there to protect us out of fear, but it's also there to make us question why that fear exists. Why are we triggered here? What is going on? This pile has been a lot. I'm going to go ahead and move to the channeled messages, and we're going to take the rest of this over to the extended, but I think I'm going to adjust what the extended is for you, and we're going to focus on what you need to do to reach the necessary conclusions, or not the necessary conclusions, but your desired conclusions. Like, what adjustments do you need to make to obtain your desired outcomes? And so we're going to go ahead and go to channel messages. Can I get channeled messages for pile 4, please, Spirit? messages for pile 4, please. This is not supposed to be a love reading, but I think this has to do with a lot with love. Okay, this one has come out in every single pile. Be bold and make the first move. Don't let your fear hold you back. Be bold. Make that first move. Go out of your way to make the choice of, I need to swallow my pride and I need to return to this. I need to swallow my pride and I need to recognize that I messed up, that I talked myself into a fear, that I talked myself or I pushed myself to release something I wasn't ready for. And then we also have balance, spirituality, and practicality. And in pile 3, I talked about how this fish reminds me of like Tui and Law, of the fish from Avatar, the moon and the ocean, the push and the pull, balance, spirituality, and practicality. And you know, you need to find a way to connect to your spirituality and bring it into your practical life. You need to find a balance between recognizing your intuition and working through your fear. Can we get 2 more channeled messages, please, Spirit? 2 more for pile 4 on what they need to know right now. I dropped them. We got 2 of them now. We have the energy is gaining momentum with the waxing moon. And then we have, it's time to release negativity. There we go. Full moon in Scorpio. You need to release that negativity and that fear. You need to release those self-deprecating thoughts. You need to release the idea that you aren't good enough, or you don't deserve something, or it's just not gonna work out, or it's just too hard. Nothing worth having was ever came easy. Nothing worth having ever came without some kind of, not a sacrifice necessarily, but some kind of effort, some kind of work. And you are worth that effort, not just for other people in your life, but for yourself, and other people are worth your effort too. And you need to recognize that, because you are destroying things around you out of fear, out of lack of self-compassion, out of holding on to negativity that you don't need anymore. With this Scorpio energy, if you feel called to watch pile 3 with this lovely little strawberry pointy guy, then I would take a look, because they got the Eagle card, which is the ascended version of Scorpio, and so that might be relevant energy as well. But I'm gonna go ahead and leave this here, pile 4. Thank you so much for being patient with the background noise and channeling this tough energy. Thank you for being here. Please, please, please check out the extended on my OnlyFans, because it is going to be very beneficial, I think. It'll be up tomorrow. So have a good night. Hope to see you next time.